welcome back to Chasing Retro. I am going to show you today 4 new journals that I will be adding to the shop. My Etsy shop will be in the description box. 4 new sewing themed one signature soft cover journals. And these are just like, or very much like, the ones that I sold about 2 weeks ago, and they sold so quickly. I wanted to go ahead and get 4 more in the shop as quickly as I could for you guys. So I will start off by saying that all of them will be just simply tied with a piece of vintage inspired chunky knit acrylic yarn like this, but I'll set that aside for now. This journal, all of these measure 8.5 length or height and 5.5 width, and as I said, it is about as a one signature, is probably right at an inch thick. So we will start with the first one. These all have names. This is the Donna. This is the Janet. This is the Joan. And this is the Trixie. Now I'm going to do a flip through of just one of them. I'll just choose this one. But the others, I will always also do a flip through of those, but without talking. So I'll just put music for the rest. They're pretty much the same with just a few color variations inside. So after this one, I will just put music on. So thank you for joining me today, and let's see what this one has inside. Again, this one is called the Joan. This is using sewing pattern 8805, which was published in 1970. I think all but one of these had a date on it. Starting out with some printed scrapbook papers. This is from a McCall sewing magazine from the late 60s. This is a vintage souvenir card from Capri, Italy. And this is just one of the graphics in here from KB and Friends. It's a little journaling card. And this is ledger paper. Little glassine sack with some flashcards. These flashcards are actually going to be a digital that I'll be selling in my shop very shortly. I'm working on the last little bit of them to go in the PDF. So be on the lookout for that. And they are just simply words of different fabric types with the definitions. This is an ad from another vintage sewing magazine. That one's from the 70s. Fabric pocket here with a journaling card and a tag made with some of the pattern tissue. These little images of the girls and the women that are cut out like this are from the Etsy shop Picky Pulp. A little fabric cluster here, little digital doily. This is actually, this looks very much like an alcohol painted page, but it is a digital. From digitalscrapbook.com, I believe. Tried to put the quick measure strip back into each book that I had to cut off the edge of the envelope. Fabric ruffle here, little rickrack and button card, graph paper. This is an actual, from the 50s, anniversary greeting card. Side pocket with fabric, with a few cards. This is from one of the Better Homes and Gardens sewing books. I tried to leave a lot of writing pages in these. Tried not to overstuff it with things so there'd be no room to write. It's very tempting for me to do that, so I have to withhold my desire to embellish everything. This is from a 1940s home decorating book. This is paper that has been dyed with bleeding art tissue. This is from another vintage sewing book, and I believe this one is a Simplicity. I could be wrong, but I just love the colors in it. This is a part of a vintage music sheet. This is from an Etsy shop. I can't remember which one. I use lots of different digital kits in this, but I will link all of these below. Each journal has a center cardstock double pocket, and I tried to put one piece of vintage ephemera inside. Some of them are just little clippings from magazines or newspapers. Some of them are handwritten notes that I had found tucked inside of books that I found at thrift stores that are sewing related. This is a guest check, time card. This is a page from the pattern instructions that I turned into a journaling card. And these are just 2 more places to write. Buttons in the center. This is a paint chip pocket. This one is unfilled, but there are, I think every other pocket in the book has items inside. This is just a little digital that I found. I tried to just tack some of these on the bottom of pages. Fabric pocket. Another fabric cluster. I tried to include at least one snippet of a vintage sheet in all of these as well. Handwriting paper. This is a half sheet of vellum. Little journaling card. This is a little flashcard turned into a journaling card. Fabric ruffle. The other half of that greeting card. Here's a little button card. A little sales tag. This is a pocket made from a book page, and a little bit of collaging, and this is some discontinued wallpaper turned into a tag. And another one of those sewing pattern fashion models. Another side pocket. And that's that. That is the first one. This again is the Joan. And now I will go ahead and do a flip through the other 3. Thanks for watching. I ask that you subscribe so that you won't miss any new videos. And all of the links to the digital kits and my Etsy shop are in the description box. Have a great weekend.